Have you ever finished a thriller and just sat there? Like you close the book, stare at the wall for 5 minutes, and question every single character because the ending completely broke your brain. That's exactly the feeling I chase every time I pick a psychological thriller. And honestly, that's what I was hoping to get from The Perfect Sun by Freida McFadden. Did I enjoy it? Yes. Did it completely leave me speechless? Not really. So today, let's talk about why. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Mrs. Books and Dog. And if you're new here, I am so happy that you're here. Today's review, we're going to talk about The Perfect Sun by Freda McFadden. So grab your coffee, grab your favorite snack, and let's get into it. Before I even open the book, I already had certain expectations because Freda McFadden has built a reputation for writing fast paced psychological thrillers packed with twists, unreliable characters, and endings that usually make readers say, wait, what? So naturally, I went into The Perfect Sun expecting exactly that. The story follows Erica, a mother whose life begins to unravel when a teenage girl disappears. As suspicion starts spreading through the neighborhood, her son Lane, who has always seemed like the perfect child, suddenly finds himself at the center of everybody's doubt. And you will definitely get to know why. And that's what immediately pulled me into not the mystery itself, but the question behind it. Like, how well do we really know the person we love? Can someone appears completely normal on the outside while hiding something much darker? And this idea is kind of sick. Lol. It's kind of the premise that instantly makes you curious, and I found myself wanting to know where the story was going. One thing I genuinely enjoyed was the pacing. If you have read Freda McFadden before, you probably already know her chapters are incredibly short, and honestly, as per my opinion, that's very dangerous because you tell yourself just more chapter and then suddenly you have read 10. Talking about the writing style is very simple and easy to follow, which makes this a really like accessible thriller. Even if you're new to the genre, I don't think you will struggle with it because it was extremely easygoing story or writing. The mystery kept me interested throughout, like really. It did interested me. I always wanted to know what piece of information would come next and never felt like the story dragged. Like seriously, I didn't feel like the story was dragging, but this is also where my biggest issue with the book comes in. Like I kept waiting for the story to completely surprise me, not because nothing happened. There were definitely reveals along the way, but because I was expecting that one moment where I would have to like stop reading and think, okay, I did not see that coming. And for me, that moment really never arrived. The twist worked, they made sense. But they didn't completely shock me. And because of that, when I finished the book, my reaction wasn't, I need to tell everybody to read this immediately. It was more like it was a decent read, and it was definitely a decent thriller, which people can definitely give it a shot. And another thing I noticed was that I didn't feel particularly connected to any of the characters. Uh, None of them were bad. However, none of them really interested me, didn't stayed with me after I closed the book. So, and they all served the story well, but I wasn't emotionally invested in one person. Like it was just, I was like, okay, like what this person gonna do? Okay, this what is his or her role in the story and that. So nobody stayed with me, or none of the character I connected with. And I think that's why the bigger movement didn't hit me as harder I wanted them to. Overall, I had a good reading experience. The book is entertaining. It's quick, it's easy to get through, but personally, it didn't have a lasting impression on me the way I had hoped. Also, I think my biggest takeaway is that the ending made sense, but it didn't completely surprise me. As I said, I wasn't sitting there with my jaw on the floor. I wasn't reading pages because I couldn't believe what had happened. Instead, my reaction was more along the line of, okay, I see how everything fits together. And maybe that's why this book ended up feeling just okay to me. For a psychological thriller, I personally love that moment where the final reveal changes the way you have been looking at the story all along. And I wanted that here. Instead, I felt like I reached the ending, appreciated how pieces came together, and then simply closed the book. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, okay? Like, not every thriller has to completely turn your world upside down. But because Freida McFadden had written books that are known for their jaw dropping twist, I naturally went in expecting one. The ending didn't disappoint me, it just didn't amaze me either. And that's an important note. So, would I recommend The Perfect Sun? Yes, I would, especially if you're looking for a fast, easy to read psychological thriller with the intriguing premise. Just go in expecting a solid mystery rather than a twist that will leave you staring at the ceiling for the next hour. And if you're already read it, I would genuinely would love to know what you thought. Did the ending completely catch you off guard, or did you feel the same way I did? Let's chat in the comments because I always love hearing different perspective. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Mrs. Books and Talk, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, happy reading. Happy